Welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter, your home for all things relating to smart home technology. In this episode, we're going to talk about backing up Google Drive to your FreeNAS server. Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and we'll be working together on this one. This content is also available as an Amazon flash briefing or podcast. Please go to techbiteswithronnutter.com for more information. For any items mentioned in this video, there are affiliate links in the description. If you click on these links, I will get a small commission, but that won't affect the price you pay for the item. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on subscribe now and enable notifications. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. So what we're going to do is there's 3 steps that you need to take. First, we're going to create a directory on the FreeNAS box. Then we're going to create the Google Drive credentials on FreeNAS so that it knows how to log in to your Google Drive account. And then we'll show about scheduling the backup. We'll go down to Map Network Drive, and since we've already got Y Drive or Z Drive, well, we'll just do Y, that's fine. And we'll go to the IP address of FreeNAS, and that's only because I haven't decided to deal with setting up local DNS. Okay, and we've got that, so we'll just go in here quickly, and we see I've already got a directory called cloud storage, and we're going to be dealing with several different cloud systems to back up from. So we're going to be dealing with Google Drive, and you can see all the 4, and there's more than that, but we're going to deal with these one at a time. So you want to go ahead and have it already set up on your drive. So we'll have cloud storage, and it's just the organization I'm setting up for it. You can do whatever works best for you. And then we've got Google Drive. All right, so let's get this minimized. Now, the first thing we'll go in and do is we'll go under System, Cloud Credentials. And when working with any of these, you might want to log in through whatever portal or app that you've got just to and this would be from the computer you're going to do this from ahead of time, just to help avoid some hiccups. So we'll talk this Google Drive, and then we will go down here to, now there's Google Cloud Storage and Google Drive. I'm going with Google Drive. And then we will log into provider, and we will click on proceed. And yes, it already knows about the account. I've got the password saved. I do already have 2-factor turned on, but because I've got everything already cached, it's not going to ask for that. So it's going to verify what permissions you need to grant. So we'll click on allow, and you'll see, you notice this has already got fills in the access token, it fills in the OAuth ID, OAuth client server secret, so it saves all of that headache for you, or from you, as the case may be. Now, I went ahead and clicked save, but there's an additional step you should always do, and that's click on verify credential. That will help you make sure that everything's okay and you're not going to be dealing with another surprise down the road. Okay, so we're good there. So we'll minimize that, and then we will go down to task, and in cloud sync task, if I can hit the right button there, okay, add. And we'll just call this one Google Drive. Now, there are 2 things that 2 ways you can set this up. You can do it push or pull. Since you're probably going to have more space on FreeNAS than you do on Google Drive. Now, I've got a terabyte on Google Drive because I happen to be on Google Fiber where I live. But I still want to have that backed up. So we're going to tell it where we want it to copy to. So we'll go over to our main pool. Go to cloud storage and Google Drive. Okay, we've got that all set up, and we're going to we can either do copy, or we could do sync. So if you want to do two-way copying, which is fine, I'm just going to do a copy. Move would be just pulling everything down. Copy is the way I'm going to work. Now, the next part is scheduling it. This, depending on the amount of storage you've got, at this point, I've got about 500 gigs sitting up on Google Drive. Depending on your internet connection, this could take several days. So you may want to have this start at night or run over a weekend or when you're not going to be there, because it very well could take, well, with Google Fiber, it took me, when I did several tests on this, I was about 3 to 4 days getting everything copied down. So what we'll do is we can do daily. It just depends on how much things are changing. So we'll do daily. And we'll start at midnight, so that's fine. And we can go down here. That's fine. We'll just leave it there. And see, now there's a piece. Oh, yes. Important note, I glossed right over it. Credential. Now, this is, as you get more credentials to find, you're going to have more of these to go through. That's why I try to have them very specific. Okay, so we'll select Google Drive. You can tell it to start with a specific folder. So if you don't want to back up all of Google Drive, you don't have to. But I want to, because I've got stuff sitting up there I'm ashamed to admit I probably don't have anywhere else, or at least where I can readily find it. So we'll click on Save. Now you're going to notice it says hasn't run since last boot. So if we go back into this, and you can tell it to run now. So you don't have to wait for it to start at midnight, and it's actually a good thing to go ahead and maybe start it when you're first watching it. Because, okay, now it says it started, close. If this goes from running to some sort of aborted or an error condition right away, that says you've got a problem in your configuration. So let's go over here, and it may take it just a minute to start populating. But you can see it's already grabbing stuff. Now, this is nowhere near what I've got set up on the drive, but it's going to grab the root directory first. And if some of the dates look a little strange on this when it first comes up, don't worry about it. It will get fixed as it copies. And you can see as I'm scrolling down, it's starting to bring more things in. And it's just going to take a while. In this day of instant gratification, we want things now. So that really is your best way of watching the Google Drive backup. You can also tell that something's still running by looking at the drive activity light on your FreeNAS box. Again, this is going to take time. If you're copying, if you got just a basic Google Drive set up, then you could be backed up in a couple hours depending on how much you're there. If you've got, like I do, where I've got some stuff that's been out there for years, and this is going to give me a good way of going through it, because when I tried to download things through the Google Drive interface, it wanted to zip it all up and it was becoming a real mess. And I just happened to find within FreeNAS that I had a way where I could go through and get things done. Other than watching this, there's not that much feedback you've got on it, but as a general rule, it's probably going to be background. And it's say go to next run in 13 hours. That's fine. It's just going to take what time it's going to take, and there's no sense being in a rush on that one. So you've seen kind of what we're looking at. It's a rather handy thing, and I don't know about you, but I got several different cloud services running, so being able to have a way to back them up onto FreeNAS, and don't send me hate mail saying, well, it's not really a backup. You're right, it's another copy, but it's a copy in another place. And with more operations going to diskless backup, hey, at least I've got it where I can use it. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see videos to the right or to the left on the screen, to the one you've just watched now, or other content that YouTube thinks you might be interested in. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on subscribe and enable notifications. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.